There was an MGR memorial in front of it, which was derelict. Which was, Sar died 30 years back, and the last 30 years his memorial was like a derelict memorial. There are achievements in politics. For example, she has given art to Kutti. So we were laughing.
Memorials itself, people think it is something, it's a sad place and people don't want to go.
Every memorial is a failure. So when the leader dies, for the first 5 years or 3 years, the political people, they go. After that, nobody goes.
With the fast growth of technology coming into design, what kind of role do you think technology plays in today's designing process?
And we as architects has to really how to make a hospital not look like a hospital, look like a home. Now on the sites, I'm doing projects in Nagarkoil, Tirunelveli,
Remote projects.
Remote projects. So the guy in the site, now he says, sir, in this detail I have a problem. He switches on the WhatsApp camera.
Projects in crematoriums and memorials.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, we would like to know, how do you even venture into this niche of memorial design? Because memorials itself, people think it is something, it's a sad place and people don't want to go. But you as an architect would have wanted to make a change. So how did you venture into this?
Yeah. So it happened in an accident manner. Many years back, about 25 years back, I did a hospital in Erode. So Dr. Sahadevan, one of the very kind-hearted surgeon, he is also part of Rotary. After building the hospital, he said, Murli sir, can you do a voluntary kind of a free project for building up a crematorium in Erode? So those days, crematoriums will be in the riverside, and in Tamil they say vettiyan. So somebody, cuts the wood and keeps the body, burns the body, and it's a very cumbersome process. It takes about 3 to 4 hours. And generally ladies cannot go there. And most of the burial grounds along the riverbeds will be very dirty. And liquor people will be there, all that. So this man calls me and he said the government is willing to pay only 50 lakhs. So we will try to get some charity money collecting from various people, maybe get another 25 or so. Can we design? But when I looked at that amount, I felt it is very less to do a good crematorium. In the sense, earlier cremations were done when somebody dies, people mourn, and they come, cry, pour out their sorrow and exchange, and each person consoles the other. And after that, the body is taken on the shoulders of people who love him. So the close relatives, they carry the body. There is a procession. And then they are taken to the burial thing. So the whole thing is event-based. Lot of events are there. They pray here and then take the body, give a bath, change the dress. Again, there's a certain amount of crying. Again, so in a layered manner, the grief is taken out. But whereas in today's context or some years back, they will take the body in an ambulance. There is a box kind of a thing that they put the body in, and it's lighted up, fired, and no time the body gets burned, and there is no sense of party. The minute the body is thrown, the guy will say, no, all of you get out, you go, tomorrow you come and collect the ashes. He won't allow you to stand. So because he doesn't like crowd, because it's a high voltage, high current thing, so they will chase everybody out. And for me, it's like as if you are burning some garbage or something like that. It was not burning something very special and spiritual thing. It was like burning some cotton on a bogey day or something when the body is through.
You feel like the respect that you have to give to the
dead person
lost.
So I told that sir, I will do this free of cost, no problem. But then I would like this type of notion to be built into the design. So whatever the elders have been following for hundreds of years, similar concept in a modern way, we can build. But I don't want to put the body in the box just like that, without proper rituals and mourning and all that. He said, okay, whatever you want, you make a drawing. I made a drawing and I showed to him and he loved it. Okay, he had a lot of ceremonial thing. And I also felt there are people who are in a small apartment 100, 200, 300 poor people living in very, very tiny apartments with 5 people living, 6 people living in the one small apartment with 1 bedroom or no bedroom apartments, are migrant workers. When somebody dies in the family, they cannot take the body, bring it to the home. So body is kept in the street. But if it is raining, there's a problem. Okay, if not raining, it's okay in the street. But sometimes if they are coming from directly from hospital, the neighborhood, they object. Suppose somebody has got a cancer and they die in the hospital. And if you bring the body to that flat, all the flat people will say it's contagious. You should not bring it. So you should have disposed on the way from the hospital itself to the burial. So I thought, if I can have a pavilion wherein they can come keep the body. So it's like a beautiful decorated pavilion, and all the relatives can come and pay homage. And up from there, we can carry them by shoulder and then go to the burial chambers and then burning chambers and burn. So these are the kinds of concepts I put it into my drawing. So the client went, I told, how are you going to collect the money? He said, there are some very well-off people in the road, so I'll go show it to them and then collect the money. So after 3-4 months, he comes back. Sorry sir, I could not collect money. So let us drop the idea of doing fancy stuff, imaginative stuff. We will do conventional box like what the government is doing. I said, Dr. Sahadevan, you made a mistake. To whom all you went? He said, we went to the richest people in the road. I told, Doctor, you should have gone to the poor and middle income people and showed the sketch. Then he said, reluctantly taken the paper and went away. After 4 months he comes and he says, only I got 3 crores collected from the low income, middle income people. Everybody gave 1,000 rupees, 1,200 or 2,000, and we have so much of money. Now you plan in the way you want it. So that's how I got into the design of cremation. After that, so many crematoriums came for a professional friend. We did surveys. But when this Jayalalitha died, there was an announcement in the paper, government is allocating 15 crores to build a memorial for her. And everybody in the office said, it's like a PW stuff and, there won't be any architecture in it. And we were all shying away initially. Then I thought about, there is a good amount of money, and if architects are shying away from this, and it is going to be like a standard, some engineer will do a standard stuff and we will start blaming always. Okay, the government buildings are always looking so awful. So I said, why not I take it as a challenge, or Murali architects should take it as a challenge and prove that architects also can do good government projects. So this should be a role model thing for others if we happen to win it. So there are many architects in the initial rounds, so about 7 or 8 of them. We made a lot of drawings, showed to the minister, chief minister and all that. But then there was a change of chief ministership from OPSR and it became EPSR after 4 months. So EPSR said it should be nationwide competition. It can't be just like that. We cannot whims and fancy of the minister cannot be there. It should be a process. So we called for a national competition. Some jurors were in place. And already we made the drawings. We didn't want it to go waste. We put a lot more effort, made beautiful stuff and submitted. So finally, he won the competition. So won the competition of designing a memorial for Jayalalitha ma'am. But although the fee part was very much reduced, government doesn't pay the actual Architects Act fee. We got only 1% for that, as against 3 or 4%, which is due for us. And then PW also asked us, can you do the project management free of cost? Okay. So the whole drawings and the whole project management for the next 4 years we did, and then the memorial was. But when we were doing the memorial, we realized many of the memorials in Chennai are not working. Now, if you go to Gandhi Mandapam, nobody is there. Ajaji Mandapam, nobody is there. Kamaraj, nobody is there. So every mandapam is a failure, or every memorial is a failure. So when the leader dies, for the first 5 years or 3 years, the political people, they go. After that, nobody goes. It's been used for something other than that. People go for drinking, or something, friends go there for something else. So police always chases them and things like that. So it made us question how the memorial should be, how the memorial can live longer. So we thought we'll study the context. It was marina, and all around that marina is lot of housing areas. So we found the children of the housing colonies are doing nothing. There's no playground for them, no nothing. Evening learning was not there. So they were all becoming antisocial. So we thought, yeah, can we give some amenities for them to continue their education or continue the training? We put forth that idea to the government of creating a knowledge center and also a museum. So the government accepted, we convinced the government, we accepted, and we created a knowledge park where children can come in the evening, update their computer skills, have some workshops going on that was created. So that's how we got into the...
Very, it's so much information to take in, even as students and everybody, because this was, I think, a huge turning point when people, from Memorial being a very sad place, people started celebrating Jayalalitha ma'am's memorial space, and a lot of people still visit. There was a thing where in your design, you have mentioned that you wanted the visitors to take a certain path through the museum. Could you elaborate a little?
See, most of the everybody in leader departs. Everybody, loves that leader, but then they can't live with that pain forever. So within 1 or 2 years, the pain goes away. Jayalalitha ma'am was good. So finally, what stays in everybody's mind is the end result. She was good for poor people. She was helping ladies. She was helping children. Or she was helping athletes, young girl athletes. So all that, whatever she did, the good things she did, it forms a residue kind of a thing. And the pain is not there. I mean, we have accepted the death. So when they come, what we felt is, in this case, Jayalalitha's memorial's case, there was an MGR memorial in front of it, which was derelict, which was, Sar died 30 years back, and last 30 years, his memorial was like a derelict memorial. It was not used. It was antisocial elements drinking behind the thani bush, and lot of mishappenings were happening. So what we thought was, why not we regenerate the front portion, which is the MGR memorial, and allow everybody to come through this. I remember Professor Srivatsan, one of the distinguished professors from SEPT Ahmedabad, he says last 20-30 years, Chennai doesn't have an urban space created. So we thought this is a nice way to contribute. So Marina being the center of Chennai activities zone. So why not if we make MGR 10 acres and Jayalalitha 2.5 acres. So 12.5 acres of a grand urban space. So evenings it can be really put into use. So we created series of water bodies and resting areas for the elders. One thing, mind you, in Marina, it's a very long stretch, and most of it used by the tourists from different parts of Tamil Nadu. Everybody in Tamil Nadu wants to see Marina. So they take a bus from Salem at 6 o'clock, reach here around 10:30, 11 o'clock. In the hot sun, they have to see Marina stretch. There are so many notable things along the Marina walkway. And if they want to rest, there is hardly any space. And if they want to have their lunch thing which they brought from home, there is no place for them to sit and eat. Washrooms are really, not there. So we thought this memorial can be like a own shelter, like a oasis for all the people in the arena. So whoever wants to come, relax, rest, or chat with a friend, they can come. So that way it's like a banyan, big banyan. So many people can come from different walks of life and hang around there and spend quality time there. So that way we designed the MGR also with water, lot of fountains and beautiful things with seaters, everything. Finally reaching this Jayalalitha stuff. In Jayalalitha, there are 3 parts to this. Center one is the cenotaph, and the right one is the museum, and the other one is the knowledge park. So our circulation sequence is, you come, you go through the museum so that you understand the struggles that she went through, how she emerged as from actress, how she emerged as a politician, and what are her achievements in politics. For example, she has given art to Kutti. So we were laughing, when we were doing our research, what Kutti and people and what way it's going to help. But then when we really went into the field and questioned people, surveyed, they said one Kutti, they were able to grow and they can sell for 4,000, 5,000 rupees. So that pays money for somebody to go to school or college fee or something like that. So they were able to have that habit, have many more orders, and it became a good economical thing for the family. Likewise, whatever schemes that she did, or cradle thittam for someone's kid is left on the streets, and she has got a scheme. Whoever they find the baby, they don't want the baby. Unwedded mothers, they want to throw it away. She has got a scheme. So yeah, there is a cradle in front of hospital. You can come and drop it. So the government will take care of the baby. Likewise, many schemes. So that is where the museum. So you can go through that museum and understand. But what we did is we added technology to that. If you want to know more about it, there's a touch screen. So the kids from the slum can know about computer and also about Amma by using the modern gadgets. So you walk around, come to the cenotaph, pay homage. After that, you go to the knowledge park. Knowledge park is full of gadgets. So somebody rides a cycle, there's a projection happening, touch screen facilities, lot of things we have done. And today it's a big hit. 20,000 people every day they're coming, and weekends 50,000 people are to go. The sequence is you go to the museum, then pay respect to the dead person, then come out, go to the knowledge park, and then go. Yeah, this is the sequence.
So I think the memorial of late Jayalalitha ma'am was a conjunction between architectural expression and also technology, while having its own touch of helping the needy over there. What is the difference that you feel when you are designing an indoor and an outdoor memorial space?
I've primarily done indoor only. I have not done outdoor memorial till now. Okay, but I've studied outdoor memorials also, so I can explain the differences. See, for the case of outdoor memorial, for example, Rajghat, where Gandhi's body is kept. So it's like a park environment, a very natural place, and it's a rectangular courtyard, and in the middle of it is the body kept. And you go through a ramp, and then slowly opens up the courtyard. The middle of it is there. You pay homepage, and then it's like a park. The space is not constraining. It is not making you to forcefully think. It's not trapping you. Whereas the memorial that I have done for Childhood, it is like a kind of a very introverted structure. You go there, it speaks to you. There is nothing else, only the space and you. So everywhere you go, there is something which makes you think or see. Whereas in an open thing, it is not there. It is left to you to, your eyes can go wherever it wants. It is not going to be static. Because nature is there, and the cenotaph may be in the center. If you want, go closer and have a look at the cenotaph. Otherwise, the approach itself, your eye is wide angle. Whereas in this, you are forced through an aperture and go into a space. The space itself is at height and the weight, but then it kind of encases you and make you to think about the person. So the total concentration is there in the indoor museum, whereas the total concentration on the person is not there in the outdoor one. This is the primary difference. And in the indoor, you can evoke certain moods. In the outdoor, those kind of evoking of particular moods is not possible by the designer. It can be very general, very soothing kind of a thing. But whereas here, I can allow a light to fall on a particular object and make them look at it. Whereas there is no objects in the external way. Only some central cenotaph is there. So I feel a lot more creative aspects can be done indoor. So the indoor, it is the designer's thing. So designers got a lot of scope to explore and evoke certain lot of emotions, and also can teach and propagate whatever he wants to communicate about the dead person to the viewer or the user.